All right, let's take a look at my trading with Tesla today. I'm already long a little bit, and what I was trying to do was sell some of it higher and just buy those pieces back. You can see on the weekly chart, this thing is falling off a cliff over here. The weekly, now on the daily, here's the daily candle, a big wick on top, and it closed red after gapping down. So the first hour was this big pop up right here, and then it reversed. Now, I was looking for it to go back down underneath that first hour at 219.60, right here, about 11:45 to 12 o'clock or something like that, right here. What it did right here, here's the first hour. This is the 15-minute chart, and it went down past it. It came back up, okay, and then it rolled right past it real nicely. So on the 5-minute chart, it looks like this right here. Basically, it just went down past it, came back up on a green candle, and we have red take out, green continuation to the downside. Seems real nice. That's a 5-minute candle. Now over here on the 1-minute chart, let's see what happens on the 1-minute chart. Okay, you can see that big candle up first hour, second hour it came down, then it broke below that first hour. It had all happened right here where you can see that it went down, came back up, created that green candle, and then it continued down. So that was a really good opportunity. I didn't really trade that except to sell some. I should have waited longer to sell it. And so that was one bad thing. I did sell some down here and buy it back lower, which was pretty good. But I was looking at that same area, which happened to also be a pre-market area for pre-market activity. First minute bounced off of it nicely. This is the low of the pre-market, the very low of the pre-market. First minute candle, after these wicks were created during the pre-market, the first minute bounced right off of it and went skyrocket. I want to pay attention. That's a very important trading activity that I missed. But it broke down below that same pre-market area and created a sell signal here, and this was a good sell signal. Now it came back up to that same area, which I was trying, which was the area that I wanted to short it, right? Or get out of some of my position and buy it back lower. And I tried 4 times. On the 4th time, it finally worked. Let's take a look at some of these boxes I have, because this is the pre-market box. And then I have this sell area. Let me see the sell area. Let's turn this red, because this is where it started to fail in this area here. All right. And so I want to look at this closely and see what could I have done different, because first I got into early, and then it was 2 or 3 trades later, and I finally hit it right. Okay, so this first box right here is the pre-market first hour area, first hour breakdown, and the pre-market support that was broken down too. You got a little dip below it and a little dip above it, and the above part is where I'm painting the box red for the sale activity. It's selling up there. Okay, so let's go over here to the area that I fumbled so much. I can't believe, I finally got it right, but man, it was terrible. What happened was it came up to looks like the first time I tried it was right here inside that box, because it put a pintail in. It started to turn red, and I thought I was good to go. Well, that's why I did it the second time. Wait a minute. No. I did it way down here before it even got to the box. Let's make sure I understand that I didn't even do it in these box areas. Big mistake. First mistake. So I could have saved myself the headache on that one. This is a reasonable try, because it put in 2 little pintails inside that reversal area and started to turn red. And, trying to short right here is good. And I bought it back when it, peaked up over the top of that. Then it started turning red again. It went up higher. I said, okay, it's finally tested it twice. Then it's going to turn red. It's going to take it out. I went short here. And sure enough, it went right back up. And I had to try it again. Okay. Some of these dots are accidental trades I had. But anyway, point is, it finally worked right here. Right here on this one right here. I said, I'm going to keep trying this. And I believed with all my heart that this was eventually going to go. If it takes me all day to get it, I think, and technically it would have been worth it had I not gotten out too early, because it finally, after chopping around, it was a nightmare trying to get this to go down. So, I finally got out down here, and it just made, basically lower highs, and then it dropped really, really good. And where did it bounce? Bounced into a area that was waiting in this area right here that the box had already been drawn, and I missed it because I was trading some other stocks or I was busy with something. But had I seen that if I was watching it, waiting for price to come down, this is the pattern that we're looking for. Okay, pintail, selling that can't continue, green candles that go above, that turnaround candles after the failure candles. So buying right over the top of this consolidation area would have been where I needed to buy. And figuring out where to sell would have been another issue, but I don't really want to talk about that. What I'm really trying to figure out is why did it take me so long? Why did it take me so long to get this trade right? And the fact that it took so long to get this trade right was absolutely amazing. And I guess it finally worked, and it wouldn't have been that big of a deal in terms of loss or anything. I basically broke even for the most part on these trades, on all these trades for Tesla, but it could have been a very profitable trade had I caught the one off the support area that I just showed you and traded this right up here and held it longer, because it was making lower highs and it did break the trend line, right? If I would have just waited and followed it down here, did a reversal right here, boy, this would have been nice. And I am going to get good at this and eventually get this, Lord willing. But first it takes analyzing all these trades, seeing what you did wrong, and understanding what the right way to do it is. Don't get in too early before it gets into the box area. And even if it takes 2 or 3 tries, keep your stop loss tight and hold it for the long big move. Okay, hold it for the big move, because that's the mistake I've been making on a lot of different things lately. Holding it for the big move.